Have you ever second-guessed raising your prices because the market feels too shaky? Maybe you thought, what if clients push back? Or what if this is the worst possible time to increase fees? You're not alone. Those questions run through the minds of almost every agency owner when uncertainty hits. What I've seen is this. Even in disrupted markets, agencies are raising their prices and clients are saying yes. So what makes the difference? What allows one agency to hold pricing power while another gets squeezed? That's exactly what we're diving into today. I'll walk you through 5 levers that help you protect and even grow your pricing power in a disrupted market. From positioning and packaging offers to financial leadership, value-based pricing, and client relationships. By the end of this episode, you'll see not just if you can raise prices, but how to do it with clarity and confidence. Let's get started. Welcome to the Small But Mighty Agency Podcast. If you want to grow an agency to 7 figures and beyond without working more hours in your business, you're in the right place. I'm your host, Audrey Joy Kwan. I know what it takes to build an agency, including supporting an agency owner in selling and exiting. I also have a master's degree in communications, specializing in organizational development. My team and I have worked behind the scenes of multiple 7-figure agencies and have coached and consulted with over 150 agency owners. All this to say, when you join us on the Small But Mighty Agency Podcast, you get real-world experience and practical tips that help you work less, earn more, and lead with integrity. So let's go. Hi friends, welcome back to the Small But Mighty Agency Podcast. Today we're diving into a hot topic that's on the minds of a lot of agency owners right now. It's pricing power in a disrupted market. The market feels unsettled, budgets are shifting, expectations rise, and there's always that question in the back of your mind. How do you hold your prices or raise them without losing clients? Before we get into it, I want to mention this. These are exactly the kinds of conversations we have inside agency together. It's the community I run for agency owners who want to build referral-ready relationships and talk about the things that actually move the needle. We also host a free strategic partnership mixer where you can join other agency owners in conversation, hear what's working, and connect with peers. If you'd like to check it out, the link is in the show notes. I'd love to see you there. All right, let's get into today's episode. I want to share a story from my own agency experience. This is prior to helping that agency owner exit. One of the biggest pricing pressures we ever faced was during COVID. It was such an uncertain time. For a lot of agency owners, the idea of raising prices felt impossible. You didn't want to put more pressure on clients when everyone was navigating so much change. And yet behind the scenes, we were under our own kind of pressure. To bring in and keep top talent, we had to pay salaries that were rising quickly. And protecting the sustainability of the agency meant we couldn't keep prices flat forever. Now, here's the thing. Our agency was specialized. We focused exclusively on orthodontics. Orthodontics is an essential service. And because of that positioning, our agency had resilience that a more generalist agency might not have had. Even though there was fear, we leaned into that positioning and adjusted how we package value and ultimately raised prices during a season when most people thought it couldn't be done. And it worked. Not without discomfort, but it worked. That experience stuck with me because disruption isn't just a COVID story. It shows up in different forms like economic shifts and new technologies like AI or changing client expectations. There will always be times that make you wonder if raising prices is safe. But here's what I know. There are certain things that make it easier for agencies to hold pricing power or even raise prices when the market feels unsteady. And that's what I want to walk you through today. The 5 levers that give you pricing power in a disrupted market. Let's start with niche positioning because I'll be honest with you, I fully believe in specialization. I've lived it. I came from a specialized agency and I believe in it now more than ever because of all the disruption we're facing. Here's what I see happening in the market. It's splitting. On one side, you have agencies that are specialized, laser focused on an industry or a type of client and able to deliver very specific ROI. Those agencies are holding pricing power. In fact, many of them are raising prices because they can prove their impact. On the other side, you have agencies racing to the bottom, competing on price because they're not clearly differentiated. And in between, the middle is disappearing. Mediocre agencies can't hide anymore. That's why one of the key levers for pricing power is having an industry you can call your own. When you've built depth in a niche, you carry insider knowledge that generalists simply don't have. I've seen this with my clients, and I experienced it firsthand when I was running a specialized agency. After years of talking to orthodontists, you start to see the patterns. You understand pain points they don't even have to say out loud. You can walk into a conversation and not just ask questions, but share insights about what's working, what's not working, where the industry is headed, and where the opportunities are. That kind of insider perspective is a superpower. It changes how prospects see you. You're not another agency pitching marketing services. You're an industry partner with knowledge they can't get anywhere else. And that insider knowledge is what allows you to keep your pricing strong and in many cases, position yourself at a higher ticket. The second lever for pricing power is your offers, how you package and present them. Here's the thing. When there's disruption in the market, your offers can't stay the same. If you're delivering the exact same suite of services you were 2 years ago, chances are they don't fully reflect the reality your clients are living in today. And honestly, this is where the opportunity is. When change is happening all around us, agencies that are willing to evolve and to make that evolution visible to clients are the ones that keep pricing power. Let me give you an example. Right now, I'm seeing agencies that are being really transparent about how they're using AI in their own workflows. And not only that, they're also starting conversations with their clients about how AI might impact their businesses. Some are even creating new service layers to help clients implement AI practices. That's repackaging. That's taking your core expertise and layering on something that makes it relevant right now. And clients see the value in it. Here's the key. Ignoring disruption doesn't make it go away. And not talking about how it impacts your services actually makes clients lose confidence because they're out there connecting the dots themselves, right? They're reading, they're hearing about changes in the market. And if you're not the one connecting those dots for them, showing them how your services are adapting and why, it becomes a lot harder to justify your pricing. Think about it this way. Would you want to pay more to someone who's doing the same old thing in the same old way while the world around them has shifted? Probably not. None of us would. So packaging your offers for pricing power means two things. Number one, looking honestly at what's not working anymore and being willing to adjust how you deliver. And number two, being transparent with clients about how you're evolving, what's changing, and how that benefits them. That transparency builds trust. And when clients trust that you're adapting with them, they're far more confident in paying your prices, even when those prices go up. Now let's talk about financial leadership. And I'll be honest, this one is often so overlooked. I've met plenty of agency owners who don't have a firm grasp of the numbers. But here's the thing, even when the numbers are tracked and sitting neatly in a spreadsheet, I've seen boutique agency owners ignore them. They're there, but no one's looking at them weekly. And that's the first piece of real financial leadership. You can't build pricing power on guesswork. You have to look at your numbers consistently every single week. Because pricing power doesn't come from hope or gut feelings. It comes from knowing and understanding what's true in your business. And here's where it gets harder. Financial leadership isn't just about tracking project profitability, cash flow, or margins, although those matter. It's about making the tough decisions those numbers are pointing to. I've seen both sides. On one end, owners who delay looking at the numbers because they don't want to face the reality of what the numbers are telling them. On the other, owners who look at the numbers but stay in denial, carrying expenses or even team members that the business simply can't sustain. And I get it, the hardest decisions often involve people. We want to love our teams. We want to create jobs to support others. But if the business isn't sustainable, it's not just one person at risk, it's the entire agency. Leadership sometimes means making those painful calls so that the whole doesn't collapse. Other times, financial leadership is about the courage to invest, to look at what's working, what's producing results, and double down, even when it's scary, because the numbers support it. And then there's client leadership. Sometimes when you dig into your numbers, you realize a client who looks valuable on paper is actually costing you. They take more time, more energy, and more resources than they're paying for. In some cases, that can be fixed with a conversation and better boundaries. In other cases, no matter how many conversations you have, they don't align. And financial leadership means being willing to let that client go. At the end of the day, if fear is driving the bus, you can't hold pricing power. Financial leadership is about being honest with your numbers, making the decisions they demand, and leading with courage so your agency can thrive long-term. The fourth lever is value-based pricing. Now, if you're an agency owner, I'm going to assume you've at least heard of value-based pricing before, but let's break it down because it's one of the most powerful tools for holding pricing power in a disrupted market. Value-based pricing simply means this. You're not charging by the hour, you're charging based on the value of the outcome you deliver. Clients don't actually care how many hours you spend on something. What they care about is the impact they see in their business. And impact looks different depending on your type of agency. If you're a branding and design agency, impact might mean your clients finally look credible in the market, which opens doors they couldn't access before. If you're a PR agency, impact might mean a single media placement that lands them in front of their ideal buyers and builds industry authority overnight. If you're an SEO or digital marketing agency, it might be rankings or traffics that turn into measurable leads and sales. Here's a simple way to frame it. Instead of saying, we build you a campaign, you can say, if this campaign brings in 20 new clients, what's that worth to your business? That's value-based pricing. You're not selling the mechanics of the campaign, you're selling the transformation and the potential return. Let me give you a couple more examples. A web design agency could shift from, we'll build you a new website to, if this redesign improves your conversion rate by just 2%, and you're currently driving 50,000 visitors a year, that could mean X in new revenue, X meaning a number attributed to that revenue. Or a video production agency could shift from, we'll produce 3 brand videos to, if these videos shorten your sales cycle by even 2 weeks, how much faster does that move deals into revenue? And another example, a content agency could shift from, we'll deliver 4 blogs a month to, if these assets generate a steady stream of qualified leads, what would that be worth compared to the cost of paid acquisition? See the difference? Suddenly your 5K, 8K, or even 10K monthly retainer doesn't look expensive anymore. It looks like an investment with a clear potential return. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I hear this a lot from agency owners. But Audrey, I can't guarantee these results. And you're right, it's not about guaranteeing. It's about anchoring. It's about pointing to what's possible, showing what you've done before, and using real examples from your past client work to say, we've seen this happen and here's what it could look like for you. This shift alone is huge because agencies that hold the highest pricing power right now are the ones who aren't afraid to talk about results and transformation. And they anchor their fees to these outcomes, not to the hours it takes to get there. That's what clients pay for. And in a disrupted market, it's what gives you leverage to hold the line on pricing or raise it. The 5th lever is client relationships. Your pricing power isn't just about what happens in the sales conversation. It's about the trust equity you build every single day with your clients. I like to explain it this way. Every client you have has a trust bank account with you, and you're always making deposits or withdrawals from that account. When you invest in the relationship, when you show up as more than just a service provider, you're making deposits. When you miss the mark or fail to communicate, you're making withdrawals. And here's where the real shift happens. When clients see you as a true partner, now I know the word partner gets thrown around a lot, but let's be clear about what it actually means. A partner isn't just taking orders. A partner cares deeply enough to look around the bend for the client, to anticipate what's coming next in the industry, to flag risk or opportunities before the clients even ask, and to help them navigate. That kind of relationship makes clients feel like they're not carrying the weight of growth alone. And think about it from their perspective. What experiences are you creating that show your clients they're not on their own? Is it how you share insights at quarterly check-ins? Is it proactively updating them on industry shifts? Is it attending industry events so you can bring back intelligence? Whatever form it takes, that proactive care communicates, we're in this with you, we're helping you think ahead. That's the difference between lip service and true client relationship management. Anyone can say, we value relationships, but clients only believe it when they see it in action, in your systems, in your processes, in the way you guide them, not just serve them. And let me tell you, it pays off. In the agency I helped grow and eventually sell, we had clients who stayed with us for the entire run, some for 8 years straight. That wasn't by chance. It was because we built trust so deeply that our retainment was rock solid. And here's the connection back to pricing. The stronger your client relationships, the more pricing power you hold, because clients who trust you, who feel guided by you, and who see you as essential to their success aren't going to flinch when your rates go up. They'll understand that investing in you is investing in their own growth. So let's recap the 5 levers of pricing power in a disrupted market. Number 1, it's niche positioning. This means it's easier for specialists to hold and raise pricing power while generalists get squeezed. Number 2 is packaging offers. You need to evolve your offers to reflect disruption and show clients you're adapting with them. Number 3, financial leadership. Know your numbers, make hard decisions, and lead with courage. Number 4, value-based pricing. Anchoring your fees to outcomes and transformations, not hours. And last but not least, client relationships. Build trust so strong that clients see you as a partner, not just a vendor. Here's the big takeaway. Disruption isn't new. We lived through it during COVID, and we're living through it now with economic uncertainty, AI shifts, and rising client expectations. But disruption doesn't mean higher ticket is off the table. In fact, it's the agencies who lean into these levers that not only hold pricing power, they often increase it. And remember, these levers don't work in isolation. They play together. Strong positioning makes packaging easier. Packaging backed by financial leadership gives you confidence. Value-based pricing lands better when trust is strong. They all connect. So my encouragement to you is this. Look at the 5 levers and pick one, just one. Choose the lever that needs the most attention in your agency and focus there first. That's how you start building the momentum to raise prices with confidence in the new year. And if you want to be in conversation with other agency owners who are doing the same work, don't forget to check out the free Agency Together Mixer. The link is waiting for you in the show notes. And if you found today's episode helpful, share it with another agency owner who might need this reminder. Thanks for tuning into the Small But Mighty Agency Podcast. I'll see you in the next episode. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me at the Small But Mighty Agency Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, it would mean the world to me if you hit the follow or subscribe button in your podcast app and share it with a friend. I'll see you on the next one.